Welcome to your Lansing Connection, and I want to wish everyone a very happy New Year on this, our inaugural program of 2008. Of course, as you know, we've been regularly coming into your living rooms, and we do appreciate that for many years now, trying to bring to you people who are really making things happen throughout our district, as well as to update you a little bit what's going on in Lansing. And today it's my extreme pleasure to introduce some very important people who are tremendously doing things that I think make a difference in our communities, and most especially for our most precious members of our community, our young children. With me today is Michelle Malamis, who is the director of the program called Mentor Connection, associated with the Jewish Family Services, and she's brought along a real-life mentor, a young man named Todd Schafer. And I want to introduce them both to you right now. Michelle, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Todd, it's a pleasure.
Pleasure.
As you may know, January was designed to be and announced to be Mentoring Month in the state of Michigan by our governor, Jennifer Granholm, and she has a resolution to that effect. So it is in connection with the Mentor Month that I'm bringing to you two people who are stars in this regard. I'm going to start opening this up with Michelle. I am very fortunate to have been asked to be a member of the board of the Mentor Connection in West Bloomfield. It's right in West Bloomfield. And in part maybe because of my background as an educator, a school psychologist, and believe it or not, more than 25 years ago, when I was first involved in Novi schools, I started a mentoring program between grandparents and children in the school district who needed just a little extra, if you will, help, support with their academics. And that was in a form of a mentoring program. So it's something I believed in for years and years. It's an incredible volunteer organization within Michigan and throughout the United States. And with that, let me introduce you to Michelle. Michelle, I've known you now for over a year, and you are the director of the program called Mentor Connection. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit of the background and how you became involved. You are a licensed Michigan social worker.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell us, share with us.
Thank you. I just want to say again that on behalf of Jewish Family Service, thank you very, very much for all of the support that you have given to this program for the past couple of years. You have really shown that this is something that's important to you, and really stood by your word and supporting what we do, and we really appreciate all of that and appreciate us being here today.
It's definitely my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Jewish Family Service of Metropolitan Detroit has been around for well over 80 years, providing services to the Metro Detroit community in many different ways, working with the elderly, new Americans, children and families, everything from bringing people in to become U.S. citizens to working with women in domestic violence situations, adoption, providing transportation for seniors, and home care services. So when I came in 8 years ago, I was the director of the volunteer services, which is extensive at Jewish Family Service as well, and mentoring children was one small program within the larger department, and I just fell in love with it. My passion is working with children and helping children, so that's what I focused on, and grew this mentoring program for children that has been there for over 20 years. And in 2004, we wrote and received a large 3-year grant from the U.S. Department of Education to expand mentoring services for children throughout Oakland County, because there is such a great demand and need for mentoring for children in Oakland County. So we did receive that grant, and for the last 3 years we've been growing the program. We currently have 3 full-time staff. We have a nice advisory board of people like you supporting us. And we currently have 74 matches. Now, the Mentor Connection program is we have a community-based program where mentors like Todd spend time with their mentee 2 to 4 times a month for at least a year doing fun activities that they both enjoy in the community. So it's not a site-based program, it's not school, it's not academic focused, it's really focused on building the self-esteem of the children in the program. Mm-hmm. The youth are referred to us from school social workers, social service agencies in the community, United Way, other programs, and through word of mouth. So again, it's a fun volunteer opportunity to spend time with a child, sharing your life experiences and sharing your time, and Todd will talk more about what he does with his mentee. But currently we have 48 children on a waiting list for mentors. Over 90% of those are boys. So our biggest need right now would be male mentors to come in and give of themselves and volunteer and spend time with the child.
What kind of outcomes do you see after a child has bonded with a mentor over time? What kind of changes do you see? They come to you because obviously there's some stress in their life at that time, and you're providing support, encouragement, engagement. What kind of outcomes do you see?
One of the biggest things that we often hear from the mentors is that a child kind of comes out of their shell. As you mentioned, all of the kids that come to the program, first of all, want a mentor. So when they finally have their mentor matched with them, they're so excited and so grateful to have that additional adult spending quality time with them. These are kids that come from single-parent homes, some children who are being raised by their grandparents, children who there may be some substance abuse in the family, or just any other kinds of problems. We have a mother raising 2 daughters, and one of the daughters has a very severe physical illness and takes up a lot of the mother's time and energy, and the other daughter is just there and needs that additional support. So there's relationships like that with boys and girls. So one of the things that we see is that they come out of their shell a lot and become more social once they have that interaction with another adult, and their confidence builds. And we've done professional evaluation of our program over the 3 years with our federal grant, and the outcomes did prove an increase in self-esteem, a decrease in depression, and an increase in motivation, which is something that we're measuring as well.
Excellent. Let me just ask you, before we ask Todd to tell us a story of his experience, tell us a little bit about how someone would become a mentor if they're interested. And we're always looking for mentors in this Tri-County area.
Absolutely.
And I think it's non-denominational.
Absolutely.
In this sense, too. The children as well as the mentors.
It's a non-sectarian program for children throughout Oakland County, and we have a couple of children in Wayne County that we serve as well. But it's mostly focused on Oakland County. And if anybody's interested in becoming a mentor, especially men, fun, energetic men that want to just share of themselves and are looking for a very significant and important volunteer activity and something fun to just spend time with a child, we would love to have them give us a call. They can call, should I say the number?
Sure.
They could call 248-592-2317, and they could ask for Katie Holden, and she would love to talk to them.
So again,
or they could go on our website. We do have a website.
What is the website?
It's www.mentorconnect.org.
Very good. Excellent. Todd, you are a young man, an attorney, a graduate of U of M School of Law, which is very prestigious. How did you happen to get involved with Mentor Connection? And then tell us one of the stories, a young person that you've been involved with.